This is the math review video for lesson 3.7, divide by two-digit divisors. Let's start with our first example, 1,000 divided by 23. The first thing I want to do is estimate to figure out which place value spot my first digit and the quotient belongs to. So if I look at the number 23, I can tell that 23 isn't going to fit into 1, it isn't going to fit into 10, it's going to fit into 100. So my first digit needs to start right here in the tens place. So now what I can do is I can try and estimate and use compatible numbers to help me get a better idea of how many times 23 can fit into 100. So 23 is pretty close to 25. And I know that 25 can fit into 100 4 times, just like 4 quarters into a dollar. So I'm going to start by putting a 4 in my tens place. And then I multiply 4 times 23. So 4 times 3 is 12, put down my 2, carry my 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 4 times 23 is 92, and I make sure I line up my numbers so I don't get mixed up later. Let's get rid of this stuff real quick. Okay, now I need to subtract. I need to borrow over here. You can read that. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 9 is 0. And I got rid of my 1. And now I need to bring down my 0. And now I need to go back to dividing. I need to figure out how many times 23 is going to fit into 80. And if I can estimate and use compatible numbers like 20, how many times would 20 fit into 8, then I can come up with my first guess, which I'm going to say about 3 times. Now I multiply 23 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. So 3 times 23 is 69. And now I subtract. Again, I need to borrow. 10 minus 9 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. I have nothing to bring down, which is my next step. And that tells me that 11 is my remainder. So I write it in like this. So my quotient is 43, remainder 11. Now let's go into another example. We have 2,394 divided by 63. Again, I need to start by estimating and figuring out what place value spot the first digit of my quotient belongs to. So I know 63 doesn't fit into 2 or 23, but it does fit into 239. So the first digit in my quotient is going to start right here in the tens place once again. And now I need to start with my division. I need to figure out how many times 63 would fit into 239. Again, I'm going to use estimation and compatible numbers, and I'm going to guess it's about 3. So I multiply 63 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. So I come up with 189. Looks a little farther away, but if we subtract, we'll find out if it was the right fit. So I put my product right here, and I subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. Again, I need to borrow, so I take 1 from this place. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then I have now left over 1 minus 1. And it's time to bring down. So now I need to figure out how many times does 63 fit into 504. Again, I'm going to estimate, use my brain power, and figure out it's about 8. So let's try it out. Alright, now I'll multiply 8 times 63. 8 times 3 is 24. Put down my 4. Carry my 2. 8 times 6 is 48 plus 2 is 50. So then my answer is 504. Put it under here to subtract. 504 minus 504 is 0. I have nothing to bring down and I have nothing left over, so this is my quotient, 38.